Marilyn Manson is back in the habit, and this time she's after an ancient relic for reasons. But it doesn't matter, just wear an extra pair of jocks for all the jump scares, just in case you shit yourself. It's the latest Conjureverse spin-off in The Nun 2, The Nunnering. Hello there, you loose units, and welcome back to another episode of Spicy Boy Reviews. I'm, of course, your host, Andrew Iles. That's right, the latest Conjureverse spin-off movie, directed here by Michael Shaves, now having 3 of the Conjureverse films under his belt. We check in on Frenchie from the first film and where he's at in his life. He's moved away from all the batshit crazy nun bullshit from the first film, and now he's a groundskeeper to a boarding school for young ladies in France. He stands up for a solitary young girl by the name of Sophie. She's been bullied by the French mean girls and is played here by not Thomasin McKenzie. As it turns out, Frenchie has a stiff boarding school of his own in his pants for teacher and Sophie's mum, who's straight out of Narnia. And then we jump straight in to see where Sister Farmiga is in her life, getting away from all the bullshit that went down in Romania. I don't know if the Conjureverse films are setting something up here by casting both Farmiga sisters. You've got the young Farmiga sister playing Sister Irene, the protagonist for the Nun films, and you've got the older Farmiga sister playing Lorraine Warren in the Conjuring films. Timeline-wise, it could possibly make sense that Sister Irene got knocked up at a young age, and Lorraine Warren being her daughter that's long missing. I don't know, maybe I'm digging too deep in this, but, it's interesting why they've cast sisters for these roles. Or maybe it's just nepotism. But Sister Irene gets a visit from the Vatican. Turns out there's some over-the-top religious murders in churches all around Europe, and the Pope's having none of it! It seems that Russell Crowe was too busy dealing with his own possessed kid in his own film. And the Vatican figured, well, Sister Irene dealt with some demonic shit before, why not again? So Sister Irene teams up with her diverse sidekick, and they go full Riggs and Murtaugh on this shit. Turns out that the nun is back. She's going on a Kentucky murder tour all across Europe. And she seems to be after some ancient relic. Why? Don't ask questions. Have a jump scare. Blah! All while this investigation thing's happening across Europe, creepy shit starts to happen at the boarding school, and it's all starting to revolve around the handsome groundskeeper. I could go into more detail, but the film doesn't, so why should I? The 2 nuns do some investigating, sister protagonist finds clues all around Europe, and then has some convenient visions for plot mobility purposes. And stuff it! Have another jump scare! Blah! It all leads to the climax you would expect from these kind of films. It becomes a massive scream fest, shit's flying around everywhere, people elevate and float in the air for reasons, yada yada yada, the end. I do love occult investigation films, not gonna lie, but this investigation was minuscule at best. The Da Vinci Code, this ain't. This film was incredibly disjointed, like nothing really connected. It's like they got a room of writers and they go, hey, I've got an idea for a creepy scene. And then someone else pipes up around the table going, yeah, I've got an idea for a creepy scene. And then it goes around the table and everyone's got a creepy idea. And the director hears them all out and goes, yes. It was very repetitive, this film. It was very repetitive, this film. Repetitive, this film. It was creepy build, then blah, jump scare. Then talky, then creepy build, blah, talky, build, blah, build, blah, then blah, 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 the end. And as for the nun, she's not in this a hell of a lot. This film did for the nun character what Jason Goes to Hell did for Jason Voorhees. If you've seen the trailer, you've bloody seen the movie. Imagine with your mind grapes how you think the film would go, and that's exactly how it went. There was a few little nice creepy setups here, and the magazine stand scene from the trailer was pretty original. But like I said, it's in the trailer, you've seen it. I'm not a huge fan of these spin-off films for the Conjuring movies. I really do like the first 2 Conjuring films though. Where does this rank in the Conjureverse spin-off films? Who gives a shit? But anyway guys, that's my cheeky little review of The Nun 2. Write down if you've seen it, if you're excited about it, and what is your favourite installment in the Conjureverse? And of course, if you made it this far into the episode, please give me a thumbs up because your love and support keeps me going, because I just love movies and I assume you do as well. And of course, don't forget to hit that subscribe icon because I give out an episode weekly, and I'll see you back here next week for the next review, and until then, stay spooky, kids.